everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to film a video for you guys today, but I didn't really have a concrete idea in mind of what to do. I decided that I just wanted to do a talking video because it's been a while since we have just spoke, and I do get some questions from people on videos and on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. So I decided to just answer some questions that I feel like I normally get, and hopefully if you're new to my channel too, this would be like an introduction of me to you. So yeah, so grab some tea and let's get started. So I'm just going to answer questions as they come to me. I did put on my Twitter and Facebook that you could ask me any question you would like and I would answer it, but I'm just going to answer the questions that I feel like I see the most. So first of all, my name is Susan and my last name is Berhane. So that's why my channel is Miss Berhane, but you see me introduce myself a lot of the times as Susan, or in Japanese as Sunyan, or in Korean as Suji. My last name is Ethiopian, so for those of you who are always like, where's your last name from? Yes, you are correct, it is Ethiopian, but I was born actually in Ghana, and then I grew up in America. So for those of you who also say I look Ghanaian, there's your reason why, and for those of you who say I don't look entirely Ghanaian, there's your reason why right there. I'm 23 years old. I just turned 23 this year. I was born in March 1992. So in Korea, I am 24 years old. And I think maybe in China too, I'd be 24 years old. I do not go to university right now. I graduated from university in 2014. Right when I came back from Korea, I graduated. So I am no longer a student. I'm actually a full-time worker now. Another question I get a lot is, am I in Japan, or what am I doing right now? Because I guess it kind of seems that I'm in Japan when I post things on Instagram, especially. People always think I'm in Japan. I can't say too much, but I'm still here in America. I'm in DC. I work for the Japanese government, so that's why it looks like I'm always in Japan, because I'm constantly surrounded by things that would remind people of Japan. So I majored in international relations and Japanese when I was an undergraduate student. So that is why I was able to learn Japanese, and that is why I was able to learn about East Asia, and that is why I was able to learn about Korea, because I chose to major in international relations Japanese focus. So I decided to focus on the I call them the big three, China, Japan, and Korea. So all my education is in East Asia, and my languages are Japanese and Korean, and I'm deciding if I want to start dabbling into Chinese, but I feel like that's gonna take some time. Yes, I study two languages at the same time, Korean and Japanese, but I had a head start on Japanese. I had about a 3 years head start on Japanese before I switched over to Korean. So I was able to grasp the concept of Korean grammar pretty quickly, because it's really similar to that of Japanese grammar. If you'd like a video on some cross-studying tips, let me know. For those of you who are also trying to study Korean and Japanese, there are a lot of books, and there are a lot of actual supplemental materials that have helped me to study the two languages. So let me know if you want to see that video. Now I'm just going to look on my Twitter for some questions I've been asked. A question I've been asked on here is, what did my parents and family think about me studying Japanese? Well, in the beginning, I'm not going to lie, it was a little hard for them to grasp the concept of me studying a language that's not Spanish or French, but once I explained that just how much of a tie the U.S. has with Japan, and how many, I think parents' fears come from the idea that their child can't find a job after graduating, but I think once I personally was able to show my mother how many jobs are available for those who have Japanese language skills, then it became a little bit easier, and I think she really realized it, and it really hit home for her when we became a host family and we started hosting Japanese students. I don't know if you guys remember from my really previous videos, I used to have a chill in my videos, and I used to have Miyuna in my videos, and I don't know if you remember, and Misato. Those were girls who've all homestayed in my family, so my mother really started to also understand Japanese culture through them and understand why I am doing this. And so my mother was the one who kind of needed some convincing, but my father always was kind of like, yes, let's do this. My dad, who was pretty much aware of what was going on in East Asia and the shift of jobs and the shift of globalization and the shift of technology coming from East Asia, he was pretty supportive of it. So I didn't really have to do much to convince my dad, but my mother took some convincing, but now she fully supports me. Oh. I didn't think anybody still remembered this, but the question here is, do you have a boyfriend now? If not, whatever happened to the guy who was in your videos, the one with the ring? So I kind of answered this question in another video I did called like my thoughts on interracial dating, but it seems that some people have not forgotten, but it's okay. I'm going to tell you about it. So yeah, I was dating a Korean guy for some time, and if you're new to my channel, unfortunately you never saw him in my videos, but if you were there a little bit earlier on, you saw that there was a guy in my videos, and that was my boyfriend, but we are no longer together. And the rings that you saw were couple rings. For those of you who are, you know, in tune with Asian culture, you know that boyfriends and girlfriends usually give each other couple rings, and just to signify that, you know, they're taken. And it is worn on the your ring finger, your marriage finger, but it's not engagement ring or a wedding ring. They're usually just like silver bands or gold bands that symbolize that you have a significant other. And as of right now, no, I do not have a boyfriend. What advice can you give to someone who wants to study Japanese? I won't lie to you, Japanese is very difficult. It's considered a critical language, one of those languages that need more time and effort put into it because of a whole new alphabet and a whole new way of speaking, and the grammar is completely different than English grammar or things that are similar to it. So I think there are about 12 or 13 critical languages, and Japanese is one of them. So I won't lie to you, it's very difficult, but I do have a video that I did some time ago on tips and tools to study Japanese. But if you're if you're just now wanting to study Japanese and you don't know where to begin, my first advice would be to try and see if you can find a Japanese course or Japanese language class around you, because it's very, very hard to study critical languages by yourself, at least to get the jump start. You definitely need some kind of training or some kind of instruction on how to go about it, because it can easily confuse you. But if you can't find a class, YouTube has so many different avenues to learn Japanese. I think I've seen there's like Japanese Pod, and I can only think of Japanese Pod right now, but that's a good YouTube channel that teaches Japanese. So yeah, the YouTube, because you can't actually have the person in front of you, but it's like you have someone in front of you, which reiterates my point that I think you should really get some like FaceTime, some instruction, some guidance on it, because it's really difficult. But if you also can't get a class and for some reason you just can't get it in, you can't get along with YouTube videos, then Genki textbook, the first one, is a really good beginner's textbook. And I'm going to end it there. I don't want this video to be too long. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any other questions. I might do another video later on. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Miss Verhaen, and talk to me, because I'll talk back. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. 자, 맞다네. 바이바이. 안녕히 계세요.